Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now December 28th of 2021, and ever since the very end of The Mandalorian Season 2 and The Bad Batch, a lot of Star Wars fans have truly been looking forward to the future of the Star Wars universe by George, John, and Dave, as well as others out there, like Robert Rodriguez, Deborah Chow, and others coming on board of the Star Wars universe that's really going to take advantage of using Star Wars legends and mixing it in with the new, and exactly how that's all going to make its way into the new Star Wars TV shows and beyond. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, I am on Twitter at Mike01 if you guys want to go ahead and give me a follow on there. I do post a couple of entertaining things from time to time and really make sure to interact with you guys further. So we're now in a very interesting phase of Star Wars. Tomorrow is the day of the Book of Boba Fett release on Disney+. We're going to finally be able to see exactly what Rodriguez's creativity is really like, and exactly how he's going to be utilizing the character of Boba Fett, the underworld, Fennec, and a lot more that's going to be debuting in that new Star Wars TV show. That's also going to hold a lot of connections as well to The Mandalorian Season 3 and other Star Wars TV shows. So with that being said, what's really all the more intriguing has everything to do with the fact of what Disney and Lucasfilm are up to with the new Star Wars universe. Now, we already know that Disney CEO Bob Chapek, at the end of the day, is the one allowing George, John, and Dave to do everything in their power to really turn Star Wars around for the better. You know, essentially what they are doing is that they are going to be listening to the fans more now and taking more responsibility over how the Star Wars universe is going to be handled. And that's exactly what Dave Filoni even said at one point in time about 6 months ago, is that they really kind of want to change how they interact with the fans and how they listen to the Star Wars fandom. And that's going to make things a little bit more positive and a little bit more satisfactory than ever before by Disney. So, with that being said, however, alright, with the Acolyte TV series, of course, also is still in trouble. The Ahsoka Tano TV show is getting ready to begin filming by spring of 2022 with Rosario Dawson. Both Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are also prepared to begin work on a host of new shows that will be unveiled at Star Wars Celebration of 2022. However, it's described that Disney has a big plan to be used in the Ahsoka Tano series that will be used in 2023 to take the fans by surprise in order to rewrite aspects of the sequel trilogy movies. Now, further, it's described that Rosario Dawson is getting ready to begin filming a scene that will be shot in May of 2022 that will involve the World Between Worlds that is set to rewrite certain sequences in the sequels, originals, and prequel trilogy movies using the Veil and this unknown realm that was briefly seen in Star Wars Rebels Season 4. Now, further, it's described that Ahsoka Tano is planned to enter the World Between Worlds realm about midway through the season, and that the part will be filmed in the early stages of principal photography. One major scene that is set to take place is going to involve Ahsoka Tano looking through a portal that is going to dive into a specific event and/or scene in The Last Jedi. Now, further, it's described that both Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are also prepared to rewrite an entire scene for The Last Jedi, essentially where history will be altered and/or changed forever in the history of key scenes for that particular movie. And same thing goes for the originals and the prequel trilogy movies that will be somewhat altered by Ahsoka Tano herself, using the realm that can be labeled as dangerous. Now, with that being said, we already know that everything related to the Veil, in case you guys did not know, in Star Wars Rebels, I do highly suggest that you guys go ahead and check out that season to go ahead and get more, information on how that realm actually works and how it involves, the characters of the father, the son, and the daughter, and how that was really the key to kind of entering aspects of the realm as well, and how that's going to be utilized further in the Ahsoka series. Now, additionally, John and Dave's plan to essentially rewrite aspects of the entire Skywalker saga's history throughout the entire Star Wars movies is going to be done very carefully, and that George Lucas is even involved in the process to make sure that nothing terrible goes wrong during the making of these scenes in the spring of 2022. Now, let me just stop right here for a second. Now, we already know that the Ahsoka Tano series is going to be a TV show that is going to be both very much involved with characters like Sabine Wren, Ezra Bridger, Grand Admiral Thrawn, And the Unknown Regions is going to play a massive role in that actual Star Wars TV show, so that's another thing to look forward to. But we also have the World Between Worlds. Once again, guys, I suggest you guys check out that episode from Star Wars Rebels to get a little bit of knowledge on exactly, what this realm really is and what happens during the events where Ezra Bridger basically turns the events of a specific fate of Ahsoka Tano. Now, with that being said, we already know that George, John, and Dave, they are going to be treating this very carefully. They want to make sure that they're not going to go beyond, anything crazy or to the point where it's going to break aspects of the canon lore in the Star Wars universe. They want to absolutely make sure that what they are doing is going to be very well balanced. It's going to be very well observed and discussed between George, John, and Dave and others working on the TV show. That's going to create this nice balance, if you will, where it's not going to be overdone, it's not going to be used too much, it's going to be used sparingly here and there, but it will also have massive impacts on the Skywalker saga as a whole. So, moving on from all of that, alright, so additionally it's said that a large part of this will have something to do with the Chosen One prophecy and the Jedi and the prequels, and how John and Dave are going to create a brand new meaning to all of that as well. One key plan by John and Dave is to use these portals sparingly throughout the sequels, and that they are going to put a limit of what they will be changing throughout the Skywalker saga. However, some of these changes are labeled as having significant changes to the Star Wars movies, and that they will be considered a game changer in the Star Wars universe. Disney CEO Bob Chapek is the one who allowed John and Dave to move forward with these ideas in order to create a change in the Star Wars movies. Ahsoka Tano is set to change the fate of some characters, just as Ezra did with Ahsoka Tano in Rebels Season 4. Now, Lucasfilm has tons of surprises coming our way to over, of course, the rewriting of Star Wars history, and how it's truly going to impact how fans view the Star Wars movies as a whole. Now, further, the World Between Worlds will also be using a very special set with intense brand new technology that's going to be used by Lucasfilm. So let me just stop right here for a second, because we obviously know that Lucasfilm has all this crazy new tech that they are using for shows like The Mandalorian, the Book of Boba Fett, the Kenobi TV series is a great example. We have a lot coming our way when it comes to new techniques of filming these new Star Wars TV shows and exactly how it's really all going to be done together. Now, about them rewriting aspects and changing the fate of specific key characters and specific key moments in Star Wars history by Ahsoka herself, that to me I can feel is going to dive into a little bit of controversial elements, right, among the Star Wars fandom. Some fans will be like, well, they should just leave well enough alone and not even touch things like this. Other people will say that this is a good thing because things of the sequel trilogy could very well be altered and changed for the better. And you know what? That's going to be a very interesting turn of events to see exactly what John, George, and Dave are going to change. At minimum for the sequel trilogy, I think that's the thing that I'm looking forward to the most, because the sequels do need a lot of changes, and they do need a lot of alterations in order to really kind of make those movies a little bit better. And that's exactly what George, John, and Dave plan on doing with the Ahsoka Tano show. So with that being said, of course, we already know that George Lucas is involved with John and Dave on regulating all of this. So I would really like to hear what you guys have to say about all of this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night